Okay guys, welcome back to episode 7 of our Space Hopper game. It has been a while since I put out an episode, and that is because we have been having problems with the computer that I've been using. But I got a new one, so hopefully now it works properly. It's been working very well for the past few days, so we're going to see if we can start this episode and try and finish it without having any pauses in the game when we try and run the game. So let us jump straight into Unity, actually not into Unity, let's jump into our Notion tab here and we can see what we're going to be doing today. So if I remember correctly, the previous episode we did the jump particles, we added those in, not the jump particles, sorry, the particles that we're gonna make make the platform break into, like, shatter into pieces. We added those into the game, so if we play it you can see now that the particles play, but they play all the time for every platform and not when they're destroyed. So that is what we're going to be fixing. So you can see whenever we switch it here into scene view, you can see whenever a platform is spawned, you can see that the particle effect that we added is played. So that's not what we want, so that is what we're going to do today. So today we are going to change that, and we're going to go into this and we're going to go and say when the platform is destroyed, then only play that particle effect. So let's jump into here and see if we can do that. So it has been a while, so honestly do not even know where to start with this. But first let's go ahead and open up our script. So I think it might be in the platform collider if I can remember correctly. This should be where we are this should be where we are destroying the particle, or not the particle, the platform. And I also have changed from using Visual Studio to using Visual Studio Code. I don't know how it is going to work, I don't know if it's going to be any better or not, but we'll see. We'll use it for a bit. If not, we'll go back to what we were using previously. But let's have a look here and see. So here we destroy the platform on random, so if the random value is equal to 2, we're going to destroy it. On the collision, enter. So if we've landed on the platform, add 1 to the score, add is landed is equal to, and produce like a random value. And then if it's not landed, so okay, hold on, let's see, update, invoke if is landed, invoke name of destroy platform. So okay, so we in the update method, every frame we go and check if you've landed on a platform, and if you have, then you go and destroy that platform. So that in here, this is where we are going to play that particle effect. So we can go in here and add an extension onto an if statement here, and in here we are going to play our particle. And let's go and see how we do this. So I'm going to bring up Google here quick, just because I haven't done this in a while. So let's say play one shot particle effect in Unity. So let's see the one shot effect in particle systems. Let's see. Okay, we did do this in one of the previous games, I think it was. It wasn't Angry Zone, was it? No, it wasn't. It was in Breakout Games. Let's have a look in there and see. So assets, scripts, and then where was it? Ball, paddle. Where was it? Sound. Balls, no. Paddle, I don't think so. Maybe no, it might have been ball. So let's see, start, update, add force, on trigger, destroy, game object, is dead, play sounds, no, on collision, enter. Okay, so here it is, play effect. So let's go and see where we have play effect. So that's here. Okay, so what we need is a transform and a collision, and then we go and play the effect by instantiating a new particle effect. Okay, so let's see. So that's good. So I'm going to move this over here so I can see, and then I will bring back this. So let's have a look and see. Here we are going to create a new, first of all, do we want to do it in this one? I think we do. Yeah, we do, because this is where we destroy our platform here. So let's go and actually let's do it over here. So in here we'll say private void, what are we going to call it? Play effect, play like that. Okay, and then in here we want a transform. What am I doing? Transform like that. And then we also want a collision 2D collision like that. Cool. And then this is where we're going to instantiate. So or is it? Yeah, so going to instantiate the new what is it called, the effect, particle effect. So here, so instantiate the particle effect there, and then we are not going to do anything else because we don't really have any sound that we want to play in the game. We might add that in one of the next episodes, but for now I think, let's see. So where's our particle effect? Did we make a prefab out of it? No, we didn't. Okay, so here we are going to go and say transform, transform like that. That needs to be an M, I don't know why I put N. Transform. And then with this we're going to call a particle, because that's going to be the particle effect that we create, is equal to instantiate the transform from here. So the transform that we pass in, transform, and then we want to instantiate it at the collision, so at the position of the collision. So for that we'll say collision.transform.position, if that pops up like that. And then we will say collision.transform.rotation, and then we will end that off like that. So that should be all we need to do to add in our particle. So now what we want to do is we want to go and pass in that particle effect. So let's see, in here we are going to pass, or we're going to create a new serialize, or actually let's just make this public for now. So let's say public transform, because this is going to be a transform that we pass in. Transform particle like that, particle effect, and then we will probably drag that in the inspector in our Unity window in here. So if we save this, we should now be able to see whichever game object our platform collider script is attached to. That is the one that we will add the particle effect. So that should be on the collider here. So here's our particle effect. So we're gonna drag and drop this particle system into there, but to do that we're going to do it on our prefab, so that we only have to do it once. So let's open this up. So on our collider we are going to drag that in, and then on our particle system, can we disable that? Okay, we'll do that just now. So let's just see if this works. So on our, in our destroy platform here, we want to go and call play. We need to call our play effect function here. So let's say play effect with our particle system, or particle effect we called it, and then we also need to pass in our collision which is not really going to work here because we don't have it. So we need to try and figure out how to do this a different way, because so let's see, if is landed, if is not landed, add score. Okay, so we could let's try and call that from there. So let's delete that, and then in here we will say play effect with, and then we'll pass in our collision just like that. Let's see if that works. So push that over there, and then we'll save that. And now let's see if we can we create prefab out of the particle? So we can. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop that into there, and then I'm going to delete that off there, and then I will drag and drop our particle system prefab that I've just made into there. So hopefully that will get rid of all of them off the platform prefab, and when the play effect function is called, it's going to instantiate these at the point of the collision. So hopefully that works the first time. Okay, and it doesn't. So let's see, error, platform collider, line 45. Let's see, where are we? Line 45. Okay, so we need to add in the same code in there. And we'll save that, and we'll go back into here, and we'll see if this works. So this should work a lot better than the previous laptop that I was using. So if we press play, we should have no problems with this, hopefully. And it looks like it should be fine. So let's see. Okay, so it is working, just not how we wanted it to. So whenever you collide with a platform, you can see that that particle effect system is actually gets played, sorry, which is good. But we also need to fix this jumping thing, because clearly that is not allowing us to jump. So for now, I am just going to pop back into, where is it, our asteroid script here, and I am going to, well, I was going to disable, well, just comment this out, this if statement out here, to allow our astronaut to jump multiple times, but let's see if we can try and fix this right now. So here we have if input dot, well, in other words, if we press the spacebar, but we also have to be grounded, then we can go ahead and jump, which is correct. But actually, let's do something quick. So let's jump back into here. I'm just going to delete this block over here, because for now, let's just see what happens. So let's delete that block there. So now if we do jump off of a platform, we're going to disappear out the scene, because our astronaut is just going to like fall down into the unknown or off the scene. So okay, so that doesn't work. So let's see what's happening. So our astronaut is currently just continuously jumping, but also our platforms are not being destroyed, these ones, which is not good. So let's zoom back into here and see what's happening. So let's go back into game, and if we press play, here the astronaut should, I'm going to pause it quick, so press play and then pause. Let's have a look and see on that platform which one is it. So it should be this one. Yeah, so that's the one. So if we jump onto our collider, is landed is set to equal to true. I'm going to check the other ones quick. That's set to false, that's set to false, and that's set to false. So this one is set to true, so that should get destroyed. But we might have to change this again quick, because clearly that's not working. But we'll do that just now. First of all, let's have a look and see if our jump, how we can fix our jump. So here we're adding a velocity to jump, and then obviously here we're saying is grounded is equal to false, which is fine. But actually I think we're gonna do this a different way. So now that I think of it, I'm gonna get rid of that. So our astronaut will always be allowed to jump. For now, that should be fine. So we'll come back to that later. What am I doing? So I think in this game, I'm probably going to allow the astronaut to jump twice, which doesn't really sound right, but because it's space, why not? Let's do it. So let's just, obviously now the astronaut is going to be able to jump multiple times. So if we jump into our game here and we press play. Okay, where's our astronaut? Okay, our astronaut is still going up, right? Okay, I don't know why that is. But let's see, did we save that? So save that. Let's see, update. Okay, so that's not right. That should not be there. Maybe that was why. So let's put that back. So we'll save that. So in our update, we should not be calling jump. Actually, we should. So that's fine. So what instead that I need to get rid of is this part. So we only want to jump when we press space, so that is why the astronaut was currently just flying out of the scene. So this should work now. I went one step over and just deleted the entire thing, which allowed our astronaut to just continuously jump. So let's see if we press play. Now we should be able to jump multiple times, which is fine for now. So let's see if we jump, that works nicely. Okay, so whenever we touch a platform, with our astronaut. Okay, so our astronaut jumps perfectly fine, but obviously we need to fix the fact that he can jump multiple times. And we also need to try and fix the platforms. So let's go do that now. So we're gonna go and try and fix this destroying of the platforms. So here, let's see, on collision enter. If is landed, well, if it's not landed, then add 1 to the score. Set is landed is equal to true. What's it called? Get a random value between 0 and 5. Play the effect, but then we also want to go and destroy the platform here. So here I'm gonna say, let's just call destroy platform straight away. So destroy, we won't invoke it, rather we'll just say destroy platform like that. And then over here I am going to comment this out like that. So I'm going to save that, and then let's play the game again and see if that's any better. So hopefully now the platforms get destroyed when the astronaut jumps on it, which is also what we don't want. So I'm getting confused here. We can tell I haven't done this in a while. So if we jump onto that platform, it doesn't get destroyed, neither does that one. But we're still jumping, which I need to fix. So let's jump back into here and say, so if you collide, we want to do all of this, but we also don't want to play this effect. We only want to play the effect if we destroy the platform. So here I'm going to put that like that, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a collision into this, as a parameter for our destroy platform. So here we'll say collision 2D, and we're going to pass in our collision here like that. So that should be fine, but then in our destroy platform here we're going to pass in our collision, which we get from here. So that should be fine. So now if we play the game, we should not see the particle effect play as soon as we land on a platform, but rather it should only play when the platform is destroyed. So if we play the game, now we should see that should work. And then what we need to, okay, so that's fine. Okay, so we need to try and figure out why this is not working. Okay, so that works perfectly fine. I think it's just because it's not choosing the right value. So for now, let's go and jump here and say debug.log, and we're going to say random. We'll save that, and then we'll jump back into here. So now we can see what value did we pick. So for this, just to make it so that we see it more often, just for testing it now, I'm going to say if the random value is greater than or equal to 3, so that includes 3, 4 and 5, or actually let's say 4, so it only includes 4 and 5, then we must go and destroy the platform and play that particle effect. So let's play the game now. And again, this is just to test it, to see if it works properly. Later on we'll go and change that back so it only destroys on one value. But then we should have the game, or well, the platform of the games sorted and kind of finished. We'll see what it looks like now. So okay, so that one gets destroyed because it's number 4, that one gets destroyed. Oh, and I forgot, there's no point in putting that debug there because it's only going to print out when the value is the right value. So that is fine, that's what we want. But so okay, so that's working fine. So we don't want all of the platforms to be destroyed, because if they are destroyed, you're just never going to be able to make it like high up. So we only want to get certain platforms to destroy themselves when you land on them, which is what we've got now. And when that happens, we also want to play that particle effect, which is fine. That's what we have now. So that's working nicely. So if we jump back into here, let's see what's next. So add in the break particle effect so that it looks like the platform shatters. So I'll go into this and see if I want to change this a little bit later on, and I'll do that after this episode. But for now, I think that's it for the platform. So let's just play this once more time and see how it works and if we like it. Something else that we need to change is we need to change the spawning of the platforms, because they're not really spawning in the right place. Actually, let's go and change the what's called the jump of our astronaut. So where's our astronaut? So astronaut is here. We want to use a gravity scale of, let's say, about 2 for now. Let's play that and see if that's any better. So our astronaut should fall down a lot quicker now, which is what we want, otherwise it just floats. So that's what we want. Okay, cool. So this is kind of what we want. So we want to be able to jump twice, which is nice. So I think we're gonna add, that's the feature that we're gonna add into our next in our next episode. So that's what we're gonna do in the next episode. We're gonna work on. Let's actually write that down now. So what is it? So episode 8, fix jump theme. So let's say make So in the next episode, we're going to make the astronaut jump a maximum of 2 times, so that in case your platform gets destroyed by you hitting it from underneath, you will be able to jump a little bit more onto the next one, or even to get back to the previous one. So that's what we're going to work on in the next episode. And then let's see what else we need to do. So if we play this again, let's go and get rid of that because we don't really need that again. So here, if we play this, when it loads eventually. Shouldn't take too long. So when our astronaut, okay, so that's a problem. So we also need to make sure that our first platform doesn't get destroyed. Oh. Okay, so that's working nicely. So we just need to make some like minor adjustments to this so that it's a bit more clean to play. So another thing that I thought of that we need to do is in the next episode, I've completely forgot about it. What was it? Oh, okay, so end game. So we also need to work on and or destroying so we need to destroy the astronaut and restart the game when they go out of the scene. So if we zoom into here, we'll probably add in like a invisible box here that's like a trigger, and whenever this astronaut glides into that box, we are going to destroy, or not destroy the game, but restart it. So work on destroying the astronaut when hitting the game over trigger box. So that I will go and add in some more steps and make this a bit more clearer to follow, but that's just an example, or that's just like a quick overview of what we're going to be doing in the next episode. So if I change this over to here, that is probably it for this episode. Sorry it's been so long since I have put out multiple episodes, but I've been trying to get this computer to work and it obviously didn't, which is why I had to get a new one, but I've got quite a nice one now and it seems to be working pretty decently now. I've been using it for about a week, just testing it to make sure it does work. I have had no problems, and which is a good sign. So we should be back to our original schedule of 3 episodes a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, of our game series, and now and then I will add in a tutorial on Tuesday and Thursday, either whenever I can think of an idea or something in the game that comes up in one of the games that we're making. I think I can turn that into a tutorial, so that's what the schedule is going to be. But for now, I think that's it for this episode, so thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please go ahead and like the video, and if you're not subscribed, please go and do that. It means a lot and it obviously helps the channel grow. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.